Hello, and welcome to another episode of Best of Buckeye. I'm Brian Williams, Superintendent of Buckeye Schools, and I'm joined here today. I want to thank them for being here, our cross-country team, and welcome everybody. Thanks for being here, or a few members of our cross-country team, I should say. Why don't we start on my right? Why don't we just go right around and have everybody introduce themselves?
Colton guy.
Okay.
Jesse Valentine. Chelsea Seward.
And I'm Coach Albert.
All right, very good. Again, thank you guys for being here. We want to talk about a number of different things today. We want to talk about the cross-country teams and some of the great things you guys have going. But then also in particular, you guys have had some community service activities, at least one that you guys have done, so we want to talk a little bit about that today. Coach, why don't we start with you? Can you tell us a little bit about the cross-country team and the season you guys had?
Sure, we had a great season. The boys and girls high school were PAC champions. They also made it out of districts and competed at regionals. Junior high, the boys were also PAC champs, and our girls team was so small this year. Great runners, just didn't have enough kids out there, so Chelsea here is in 8th grade. She was our only returning athlete, so she had a lot of work with the newcomers, but next year we're going to build that team and move on. We also had one boy that made it to state. He placed 6th, Ryan Gallagher.
Yeah, now Ryan, if I recall, he was also the Medina County Runner of the Year, if I recall. Yeah, must have been a great season.
It was, absolutely.
Now, Chelsea, you're in 8th grade,
Mm-hmm.
and you were how many kids were on your team then? You said there were small numbers.
There was 7, I believe, 7 or 6.
And even with 7, you guys still were PAC champs, huh?
Boys were.
The boys were.
Make it.
Okay. That's okay. What does the future look like then for the girls?
They can take it. If they get enough 7th graders, then I know my 7th graders this year can do it.
Do you have a personal best time that you've accomplished?
14:43.
14:43. Awesome. Jesse, how about you? Do you have a personal best?
24:15.
Okay, and tell me, what grade are you in?
10th.
10th. And can you tell us about the high school team?
Yeah, the girls team did very well and better than last year, I would say. And with the coaching staff this year, we definitely improved a lot, and we had a lot of help from our coaches. And we made it to regionals, so that was a big accomplishment. And we're hoping to do better at regionals next year for sure.
So the future looks good?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, outstanding. Very good. And Colton, how about the boys?
The boys have done exceptionally well this year. This is my first year as a cross-country runner, and I loved it since the day I joined. From what I heard, we did a lot better this year. It was the first time we made it to regionals in a long time, and we won districts again. And next year, there's no doubt in my mind that we can come to state as an entire team.
Wow. You guys set high goals for yourselves. Are you working now to try to accomplish that?
Yeah, on weekdays I usually run about 5 days a week, like anywhere between 4 and 5 miles a day. So I've been doing that.
You run a lot. You run outside, or do you have somewhere indoor that you run, or a treadmill, or?
We have an elliptical at home, but until it gets really cold, I've been running outside on the streets.
Okay.
Wonderful development.
Good. Coach, are they pretty accurate with what they're saying?
Absolutely. We have high hopes for next year. A lot of them run track to stay in shape.
Okay, good. Now, do you guys mostly run distance and track then?
Yeah.
Or can you have, you could have a cross-country run, I suppose it's good in the sprints.
We can, and we do have some, but
yeah,
we try to keep them doing the distance.
Okay. Do you coach at track at all? Or?
I don't. I help with the track meets, volunteer timing and things like that, but just coach the cross-country. This is my 2nd year. And as Jesse mentioned, we have a great team of coaches. We have John Brennenstall, Joe Schrodek, Brett Bache, who I think might be coaching track at the junior high level.
Yes.
And Dwayne Keith.
Okay, wonderful.
And lots of good parent volunteers. Just make it real easy.
We can't do what we do without good parent volunteers.
Absolutely.
So that's wonderful, and of course we thank them for that. On a personal note, did you run a marathon this year?
Yes, I did. Actually, all the coaches on the team now have run at least a marathon.
Oh, wow.
John even ran a double marathon.
Oh,
don't know if I'll ever get to that, but yes, we are also avid runners and just love running.
Well, and I think that becomes being a good role model, I guess, for your runners.
Absolutely.
How was the marathon?
Very long.
Yeah.
But completed it. That was my goal.
Well, congratulations.
That's great.
That's a major accomplishment. I think on a lot of people that may be on their list of things that they would like to accomplish someday, and not many do. So congratulations.
It's one of those bucket list things.
Yes, it is. Now, one of the things we wanted to talk a little bit about today was our cross country so willingly gave of their time recently to volunteer. Colton, can you tell us what you guys did here recently?
Last week we went down to Walmart and we rang for the Salvation Army to make money. I believe we started at what was it, about 8 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
and didn't end until about 8 at night.
Wow.
Yep, we covered 11 hours, both
my
doors.
Gosh. And how did that come about?
Our coach works for the Salvation Army, so.
Okay. So you guys ended up volunteering. Did all of
Yeah.
you guys get to do a little bit of it?
Yeah.
Okay. How was that
Everybody here
experience?
It was actually a lot of fun.
How about giving back to the community? How did you feel about that?
That was pretty cool. We, the junior high girls team had this crayon of a piggy bank, and we were gonna fill it up with money and do something at the end of the year, but instead we decided to put it in the bucket.
Wow.
So the bucket had a whole
I
bunch of
bet.
change into it.
So you guys were going to do something for yourselves, but you decided to donate to the Salvation Army instead. Wow, what a lesson. Wonderful. Good for
I was
you
really
guys.
surprised when she showed up. This crayon went to, I think, every practice, every meet, and the kids were throwing change in it, and they were
Wow.
talking about what they were going to do at the end of the season, and she came for her shift, and she's carrying her pencil, and I thought,
wow.
I know what she's going to do, and
Oh
sure
my
enough,
gosh.
it all went in the kettle.
Isn't that
So,
great? Good for you.
they
What a
all gave
wonderful example.
a lot of
Did you get to
time,
see a lot of
money.
kids that you knew going in and out of Walmart that day?
A few,
A little
yeah.
bit?
Yeah, now and then.
A lot of traffic, everybody
Yeah.
shopping,
Oh, yeah.
people
Yeah.
going around.
Well, again, I mean, I think part of our goal, in what we do is not only to provide an education, but get people ready for life. And not a better way to do that than giving back to the community. And again, we're so thankful as a school district for what our community does for us. And what a great lesson you guys gave back to our community by giving of your time to do that. I want to thank you for doing that, and thank Coach for your leadership, and what a wonderful opportunity. Anything else? What else about cross country that we need to talk about today? Anything else you can think about that would be wonderful for our community?
I think it's good that they know that they work so hard to be good athletes. They work really hard academically also. We have a study group after school. Our practices don't start till 4, so we have volunteers, parents and coaches that kind of have a supervised study hall after school so that they can work on that until practice starts at 4. And then they also work so hard at being good community members.
Yeah. Well, we're so
Says a
proud
lot
of
about
you
them.
and all that you do. Thank you very much. Cross country is actually in the fall.
Right.
When does the practice start?
June.
Yeah,
I mean, not officially,
yeah,
but
yeah.
the kids definitely, they get together
Running all summer.
all summer, and they meet at parks and they run, and then we officially start practice beginning of August.
Okay. And is there a certain night that there are cross country meets, or if somebody in the community said, "What?" And I don't know how it is to watch a cross country meet. They're hard to watch sometimes because
get
they're all over. But
exercise.
yeah,
Yes.
running around.
Yes.
But is there, if somebody wanted to come watch a cross country meet, when would they?
Usually Saturdays.
Saturdays,
We don't
okay.
have very many afternoon meets anymore. They're usually Saturdays. There are some local ones.
Okay.
They pretty much start when school starts, go through October.
Okay, wonderful. Well, and I'm sure if anybody out there wanted to see a cross country meet, they can call our athletic office and find out when they are.
Absolutely.
And again, we have a great team. We're very fortunate that we're highly competitive and great kids on our team, as evidenced by the kids we have here today. So, well, great. Well, thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming and talking a little bit about our cross country team and giving back to the community, which is so important. So, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Wonderful, thank you. This has been the Best of Buckeye, and I'm Brian Williams, Superintendent. I want to thank you for tuning in again, and we look forward to bringing you another episode of the Best of Buckeye coming up soon. Thank you, and have a great afternoon.